Alright guys, it's another Jeff Bishop Bullseye trade review. For you guys that don't know, this is a options trade that comes out from Jeff Bishop at ragingbull.com. Every Monday morning pre-market he sends out an option, usually a call, sometimes a put, depends on the trade. And basically the idea is that he's looking to get 50 to 100% plus gains over the course of the next like 7 days or so, or week. So this is a service that I did really well with back in 2022. It weakened for me, at least in 2023, and 2024 has been like a really mixed bag, and like I've been pretty disgruntled overall with the service. It's really low cost. It's a front end product for Raging Bull, but the problem has been that the stocks tend to take off way too quickly, and you can't get anywhere near the price that Jeff estimates. Now, he is like sending out emails recently saying, hey, this is my estimate of what the price will be at the open, but I don't know for sure. Therefore, buy it near that. The problem has been that more often than not, if you do that, it'll tank and you'll have to look at 50% losses and get very close to the stop loss, and I'll illustrate that in today's video. So try and bear with me this video. It's kind of a rant video because I've really enjoyed and profited over the years with Jeff Bishop's Bullseye trades, but it's starting to get to the point where I'm just like, can I really justify taking these trades compared to other services? And so there's two other services that I want to introduce really quickly. The first is the thetatraders.com. So if we go to thetatraders.com, one of the things that I really like about Theta Traders is it's selling options, so it's a little different from what you'd get if you did Bullseye trades, but it's much more consistent. It's much more transparent. It's very, very honest and very, very open. And now Lance and I, Lance is the main guy, but I help run it. You guys that know about this, I help, tell people about it and show people these things and help in the channels and stuff. And basically, you can look through like every single trade for 2023, and if you ask Lance, he'll also give you the 2024 results, and he'll probably show you in his broker as well. I can't speak for him, but I will. And so I take a lot of his trades, and so if I go to Tasty Trades, and then you'll see my point about this in a minute. So this is a legitimate service, right? So it's legitimate in that there's nothing shady going on. So this is really what we're doing. I have no idea if Tasty Trade will bug out here or not. The market doesn't open for the futures market doesn't open at least for another 20 minutes or so. But a real legitimate trader who has a successful track record, even if it's not that great, like say it's only a few $1,000s or whatever, would show you like this result. So they'd go to their trading tab on Tasty and they'd show you, if you can see that and zoom in here, don't think I can, but basically, following Lance's alerts, I've made $4,500 this year. So it's that simple. And here are the trades. You can go through my activity and you can see all my activities. You can obviously set the dates and everything on these to show what I have and everything. So that's what like a legitimate service would do. And I guess this is like something that it's kind of been bothering me, is it's not that hard to do, right? It takes like 5 seconds, and you can say, oh, confidentiality, blah blah blah, but there's plenty of disclaimers you can do. You can hide your account number, you can do all sorts of stuff to say it. And people like Lance do it, I do it, other people in this field do it. But what you find is it's mainly people that sell options that do it because they're mainly the people that are profitable, right? It's a sad fact, but it's something that I'm starting to realize, that this is something that we have to think about. If you ask Jeff Bishop for a track record, what you'll get is something that goes along the lines of, well, this last year I had 20 winners that were, in theory, 200% plus if you'd got in at the highest and took, or it got in at the lowest and took it out at the highest. It's like, no, there's no transparency. Like, there's no, here's my broker, here's where I started at, here's the year to date. Like, there's nothing like that. And that bothers me. And it's starting to bother me more and more and more. And so it's rampant amongst the stock alerts community, and I wish Jeff would do it on Bullseye trades, but I suspect he won't anytime soon. So what I tried to do over the last 2 or 3 years is keep a track record, so I'll leave this link in the description for you. And yes, a lot of the trades are profitable, but there's no obvious profit and loss versus time track record for these trades. They'll show individual trades, and again, the best I can do is 20% to 40% max if timed perfectly. I've tried to do this in my videos, and it's becoming harder and harder to give you a good idea whether you can trade this successfully or not. So that's kind of my rant about that. The service that I really like at the moment for buying stuff on Mondays, so which is just like one main trade, one main ticker, is Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader. It's fantastic. It's much more transparent than, say, Jeff Bishop. So with Nate Bear, you get the exact entry and exact exit, and you even see him do it live a lot of the time, which is really good. It's a far superior system. If you've tried Bullseye trades and you found it to be underwhelming, I would definitely try Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader. I'll leave the link in the description below. You can come and through my referral link right here, you can get it at the most lowest price that they've ever run it at, which is really good. And so I'm keeping a track record again. But the difference with this is you're actually getting his buy and sells, like not just like theoreticals. Jeff basically doesn't mention like what he's doing half the time or if he's even in the trade. Whereas with Nate, you know, he says, I'm buying TGD calls. And like you'll see them, the order go through on his broker live sometimes. And so for me, this is just a far superior system. And I'm just going through and I'm adding in, and often you can get dips, and there's like a real theory behind it that you can ask Nate questions about. It's called the TPS and profit surge theory for earnings, and it's just fantastic. And everybody I've polled recently has made money with this. About 30 people have all said like, yep, made money, and it's just so much better. So I would highly recommend checking out this link. So I'll leave a link for that particular article. Let me show you on Facebook real quick, and then we'll get into the actual Bullseye trade. I just want to rant about stuff today. It's just one of those days. So let me go to the recent poll that I did, and this is in Facebook. So if you're not a member of my Facebook group, I'll leave a link. You can come and check it out. Basically, I polled 31 members right here. I said subscribers to Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader service. So this is one main idea, comes out on a Monday at noon Eastern time, but there's often 2 or 3 bonus ideas which can be really good on top of that. So it's not just the one idea. However, it's supposed to be one idea every single week. Often it's the same ticker for the whole month because it's had a profit surge after earnings. Anyway, so I asked, have you found a service to be valuable and or made money using it? Now this is very difficult to word because if you say valuable or made money, some people might find it valuable but they haven't made money. Some people might have made money but they find it valuable. So, so I'm trying to get these polls down a little bit to be more specific. You can elaborate in the comments, I said. So I verify for troll profiles, because often there'll be troll profiles that actually skew these results. You'll see them, like, you can tell who they are. They have, like, no friends on their thing. And there's some, like, bird-twisted a-hole that, like, I made mad for whatever reason. So what I found is 100% of people, so this is a little deceptive, and I'll talk about that, is that one guy hasn't actually taken any trades yet, so he hit no, just so you could actually see like the poll. So this is actually a 100% yes out of 31 votes. And you can see the interest is 32 comments, so that's quite a lot. I can show you a few of them, just scrolling down here. I don't want to spend too long on this, but part of this is like, I really recommend this over Bullseye trades at the moment. It's something that's definitely better. Here's Susan saying, I joined mid-December last year and I've only had one losing trade because I was impatient. So again, even with alert services, we're going to have these issues, right? I've made enough to pay for the service at least 5 times over at this point, so it's well worth it. So that's good. So blah, blah, blah. Only one losing trade. I've been in it for a while, definitely profitable. Success. Waiting for his alerts based on his exit. This is a problem I have as well. So usually I exit too early and then he makes more money. Nate Bear, that is, when he exits. So again, I mentioned thetatraders.com. If you're looking to sell options with complete transparency, with every single trade logged and showed like properly, this is definitely the service for you. So definitely check that out for sure. Again, there'll be a link in the description below. So this guy's saying Nate's been absolutely crushing it. No thinking when I follow his trades. My rules mean nothing if I'm counting on his alerts, entries, and exits. Most importantly, his exits. Joined a couple weeks ago. Last first trades, both winners averaged 50%. So my whole point here is this is an amazing service. Buy it. Go to my website. Go to the basically the reviews right here. Go to the Net Bear stuff, which is right here. I'll leave a link in the description to take you right there. And buy the service as soon as you can if you're interested in a service that's like Bullseye Trades, but far, far superior and far, far more transparent. And that's what I really care about this year, is I want people that are buying these things that I'm talking about to actually be buying services that make them money and that they're learning stuff from. And you'll learn more from this than you will from Bullseye Trades, in my opinion. I've been doing Bullseye Trades for a long time. So Nate Bear is amazing. He turned 37,000 into 2.7 million in just 4 years. There's a webinar you can watch. I did an interview that's also on this page that you can talk to. Like, I did a live with him, which was really cool. So anyway, let's get on to the Bullseye trade. So on Monday, the 12th of February, I got this email from Jeff Bishop. And so he said, look, my Bullseye pick is Elf. Now, he does cover this in his live session at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And so I didn't go to it, so I don't really know his full technical analysis behind it. But it seems like a part of it at least was a Super Bowl commercial, which had aired the day before, right? And so you can check out the commercial. I'm not going to look at it now. But basically, he gives very little in terms of what's going on. He talks more in the live stream, so don't want to say it's worthless. I'd still sign up for Bullseye Trades if you want to learn Keltner channels and how he's doing these things. But Elf again was one of these ones that just did not work. It's just so hard to trade for people, so it's getting more and more difficult for me to recommend Bullseye Trades as opposed to Data Traders or Nate Bear Profit Surge Trader instead. So Elf will be a 200 plus stock in the next couple of months. Maybe he's right, who knows. Here's his trade plan for this last week. So he wants Elf to be basically above 168 close, and he looks for 185 for the first profit target. And they're calls, and they're near 250 he wants, and February 23rd, which is not that far out. It was like a week and a half, right? So not that far out at all. This was done in 11 days. So yeah, 11 days, 185 calls, near 250. This thing will have scared a lot of people, and it isn't something that is particularly exciting. So I want to show you the trading view chart. Where my cursor is right now is the open on Monday, and so you can see the open immediately dropped. Let me just get rid of this line. Go back to the cursor. It spiked open hard. So it dropped and then came back up and just wound its way all the way down to the stop, which is the 168 mark. Let's just double check that is correct. So if we go to here and go to the Bullseye trade, yeah, so basically it has to close below that though, so that's important to remember. Close below that. So if you look at the 168 and we kind of work our way, it dipped down. Now this could be a great buy area, right? This is what I used to do, but I'm kind of too scared to do it now because it's been so unpredictable. I used to wait for the Tuesday dip, right? Buy it here near the stop, and then you would make money all the way up through the rest of the week. So I'm not saying this is a bad pick. This is actually what I used to do on a regular basis, but I've lost confidence. And looking out on the longer time frames, you can see there's a little bit of support around this kind of level, right? So you've got this guy here, this kind of stuff here, this here, and this stuff here. So obviously that formed later. But so if you dip if you bought it here as it broke back up through 168, you'd probably be all right taking the scalp up to here. But that's not the trade. The trade was to then sell it a way up here at 185 or something. So a way up where my cursor is. I think he said 185. And at no point did we really get close to 185. So here. So you'd have to settle with little moves like that. Still risking this potential solid break of the stop loss. And in fact, on one of the days it did close beneath the stop. I think it was Tuesday, just running my cursor, Wednesday. So right on Tuesday, it closed right beneath the stop loss. So you should have stopped out there. And then you'd been below the stop for a while, and then eventually got this. So to me, this was a terrible terrible stock. I mean, it's not Jeff's fault. I mean, he did the best he could, but to me, this thing did not work whatsoever. Now, people may have got lucky and dip bought here and then got the run up afterwards or whatever. Let's have a look at the comments. Sometimes people like talk about what they did exactly, but I've noticed interest in the service is dying rapidly. Let's just have a quick look first what he says. So we can't just buy the stock, so he's saying that. Didn't miss out on planned health this week. Keep an eye out. Alpha Hunter. Blah blah blah. Just ads and ads and ads. Let's see. Weird, 0 comments. I thought I clicked on the right thing here. Did he delete the comments? I saw comments earlier. Let's go and actually look under Jeff Bishop. Bullseye Trades, weekly updates. Let's make to log back in. The comments weren't that bad. So he did do a video here, which is cool. It's an hour long, so you want to watch that if you remember. That's interesting. But there was some people commenting, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, so here they are. So it was just a glitch, nothing dodgy. So 4 days ago, so not that long ago, it's currently Sunday, so middle of last week. I still haven't gotten in yesterday. The queues were so bearish. I couldn't start a new long position. Today queues rallied, but Elf didn't go anywhere. It was basically a bad pick. So this guy got in at 237. Jeff basically decided he wasn't going to trade it, which is fine. Made sense. It was terrible. This guy got in at 350, sold 6 minutes later at 450. Yes, but that's pure luck. So that's great, but that's just pure luck. Watch and see, blah blah. It's great stuff. So really, nobody is trading this, and I don't blame them. There's better services out there at the moment. There's Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader, which I keep coming back to. You'll be surprised at how many people are loving this guy and what he's doing and how different it is from Bullseye Trades. I still like Bullseye Trades, but I want to revisit it when it's more consistent. Maybe when the market's actually it's ironic, but maybe in a down market, Bullseye Trades will actually be better, like 2022. Anyway, check those things out. I think you'll find some of the links in the description pretty useful. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, it's worth joining because we actually do polls, so you get real subscribers, talking about, this is Lance from Theta Traders, like people are saying he's the greatest of all time, and yes, they've made money. Almost nobody, I think one person said they hadn't made money or something. Algo Pro is another thing that I really love. 29 votes say yes. It looks like about 30 people vote each time on these things. And you can come in and talk to people that are really using these systems, and we can kind of try and beat this whole thing where it's just this idea that you can just say, hey, my thing made such and such. I did 50 trades and they all made 100+% last year, and then just neglect to talk about the things that really matter, like what were the losses and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, kind of a rant for a Sunday. I hope you have a good week trading, and I'll talk to you soon.